right now I'm going to show you the game from the fourth round of the World Chess Olympiad 2024 being held in Budapest, Hungary. This is my fourth game. I haven't had a chance to have a rest day yet, so I played all 4 games. I started with a draw against Ukrainian Grandmaster Anno Sheninaz, and I won in the second round, and in the third and the fourth round today I lost. So I lost yesterday, I lost today. Today our opponents were ladies from Egypt. So we played against Egypt. I play on the first board. My opponent is women grandmaster Wafa Shruk. Well, she's it's probably my first game against this player, but I know of her. I saw her in many events. She's quite well. She's probably well known in her region, and really, I think that I see her in all main events. I played with white pieces, and well, this is what I played. So c4, e5, knight c3, knight f6. Usually I play knight f3 in this type of position, but currently I'm studying the English opening, how it's called, the Iron English Botvinnik variation, the course created by Simon Williams on the Chessable website. And before the beginning, I did preparation, not proper preparation, I must admit, for today's game. And I didn't study this line because I didn't expect her to play this e5, knight f6. I thought that she would play it in a bit different way. That's why I didn't review this line. And when she played knight f6, I was sitting there and thinking, well, to play knight f3 or just try to remember what I studied, even though I could understand that I studied it some time ago and probably I don't remember well, but I thought that okay, maybe I'll start playing these moves and maybe, you know, some memories. I will have some memories of what I was studying. And I decided to play g3. She played bishop b4. I was expecting her at least to play d5, and I think that after, if she plays d5, takes, bishop g2, knight b6, and there is such a nice move, unusual new move for me. I never played this way before, but there is this e3 move with an idea to put your knight on g2, castle, and push f4. And I really wanted to try to play this system, but she didn't play this, and she played instead of d5, she played bishop b4. I played bishop g2 and she castled, and at this moment I could remember that instead of bishop g2 it is recommended by Simon Williams to play e4. In the beginning of my stream I was reviewing this line in that course, and the idea is the following. So if bishop takes on c3, maybe why I got confused, maybe why I got some wrong memories. Maybe in this line I'm taken by with this pawn. I will need to review it again. Maybe I'm taken with the pawn, and if black takes on e4, then there is queen, I think, oh, there is also queen d5 move, but I see, and also queen g4 move. And when I play like this, I'm attacking the knight and I'm attacking this pawn on g7. Or maybe queen d5 also can be played. Or maybe I'm taking with this pawn and after knight e4 I'm playing queen g4. I don't remember. I need to study this properly again. Right, a lot of different continuations and different details here and there, and I think that for this reason Yes, I just completely forgot what I need to play. I mean, okay, I played bishop g2, so now she takes on c3, and yes, now I guess she has to take on c3, because if I develop my knight to g2, then from g to e2, then I will have absolutely normal fine positions. So she takes, and for some reason I decided to take with d pawn. I don't know where I saw it, why I was thinking that this is a way to play, because I think that I saw it somewhere that you need to take with d pawn. Right, I see right now that computer doesn't like this move. Computer recommends to take with b pawn. This is the first line. D takes c3 is of course the second line, because there is all other moves are bad. So I'm taking on c3 with this pawn, d6, knight g2. She developed her pieces quickly. Bishop e6, attacking my pawn on c4. I'm playing b3. She pushes a5. I decided to play h3, which was probably a loss of time. You know, when I got this position, I thought that I'm doing fine. Yes, it's maybe I have a strange pawn structure, but at the same time I thought, what kind of problems I may have. So I played here, yeah, and then here. Yes, I knew that the moves like a5, a4 can be played, but I thought that they will not be dangerous for me. What can be dangerous, right? But I don't know, I was wrong, or maybe I was overthinking myself at the same time. My opponent plays fast, and it also you know, made me feel confused, because you know, when your opponent plays fast without spending too much time, you think that, at least I start thinking that, oh, she knows this position well, she knows the theory well, she knows what she's doing. Yeah, and she was making all her moves quite fast, and well, a5, I thought, okay, I'll play h3, because I want to put my bishop on e3. I want to castle and put my king on h2 in order to protect my pawn, because otherwise, you know, if I castle immediately, she will play here or here, threatening to go here. But at the same time, I was also thinking that maybe it is not such a big problem, because my bishop is still looking, you know, it's looking at my pawn, it's not active anyway, so maybe it's not that big deal, you know, to exchange my light square bishop. And yeah, that's why I played h3. I felt that it's like a waste of time, but I thought that I have enough time to do everything I want. A4 was played, and actually my plan was, I knew that a4 can be played, and I was thinking that I will just play bishop e3. But again, maybe I was overthinking myself, but I decided that, what if I play bishop e3? She will take, which at first seemed to me like a not very good plan. But then I started thinking, okay, she castled already. She seems like she doesn't have problems, not many problems. What if she plays b5, putting pressure on my pawn on c4? If I take, she takes here with bishop. What am I going to do next? My knight is not very. It's not very active on this square. For example, if I go here, it can go here. I cannot play queen b4, because well, I actually can play queen b4. I can play queen b4 because my knight is actually protected, right? I haven't castled yet. But probably I was thinking that if I castle, you know, she do something like this, and yeah, and then I will not be able to play queen b4. So I had all these strange ideas, and again I spent some time at this moment, and instead of playing bishop e3, I decided to play rook b1. Now I see that rook b1 is actually the first line. My position is slightly worse. But anyway, this is the best move in the current position. Knight b to d7. Knight b to d7. I finally castled. I decided that I cannot wait anymore. Yeah, I wanted also to play bishop e3, but I thought that no, I better castle first. I think that I have a chance to do that. And yes, this is the first line. She takes, I take with a pawn, and she plays rook a2, which was not that great, I think. I was surprised because I was surprised that she plays so fast, you know, and I couldn't understand. She really feels the position so well, or is it just her usual way of playing, you know, just making the first move that comes to her mind. Because now I play bishop e3, and then I have knight c1 attacking her rook. Well, knight c5 was played. I played knight c1. Now I have some time because I'm attacking her rook, and rook needs to move back, so she goes to a3, and I play queen c2. My pawn on e4 is now protected. I'm not saying that this is so great, but you know, it didn't help, I think, to improve her position much. But maybe I'm wrong, I don't know. She plays b6. Also, I was always thinking about taking this knight or not taking this knight. For example, even here, it was it was possible to take this knight. And now I actually check the evaluation, and the engine says that bishop takes c5 is the first line. Let's quickly check. I don't want to exchange queens. Well, I definitely am not going to take her queen first, because then she will, you know, get control over this d file. But I can probably play, well, knight d3 is possible, but after knight d3, probably queen d6 can be played. Oh, queen d6 is actually not so good because of f4, and I put pressure on this e5 pawn. So that means that instead of knight d3, maybe knight d7 needs to be played, because two pawns are hanging. She needs to protect. And actually this is not that bad. This is fine for me. And now I play rook a1, and she needs time to protect this pawn and that pawn in order to be able to move her knight somewhere. But if she puts her pawn on f6 and b6, then there will be no squares for her knight, only like this. I don't know why I didn't have enough confidence today. Like I was I had doubts about every single move I was making, and in every moment here right now, for example, I was not sure to take this knight or not to take. So I played queen c2, which is in inaccuracy because it was better to take the knight on c5. She plays b6. It is still possible to take this knight on c5, but just there is a difference right now, because if I take now, I think she will take with this pawn, and then maybe she will arrange some pressure, you know, on the b file. So and I decided to push f4. What is recommended by the engine at this moment? Let me check. The computer is recommending to play rook b2. Strange move. A little bit strange. Bishop takes c5 is the second line, or knight e2 is the third line. Computer is not recommended to play f4, but I decided to play this f4. But now he says actually that f4 is good. f4 is good. She took g takes f4. Yeah, g takes f4 is the best. And now she plays bishop d7. And I think that this bishop d7 is a bit passive, because I'm not attacking her bishop yet, but she just lost some time, I guess, even though I'm still having minus. I have minus all the time. My position is slightly worse. And it's funny because bishop d7, computer is saying that bishop d7 is excellent. So excellent. Here I was thinking, my first idea was to play b4. But I'm glad that I didn't play this move. Well, I lost the game anyway, but I'm glad that I didn't play this move because, yeah, now it says that b4 is a blunder. Because if I just want to show you that if knight b7 is played, then I have e5. I'm attacking this knight, I'm attacking this knight. If knight a6 is just so bad, it's just too bad because this rook is on a3, is in danger, and this knight is super bad. There is nothing to do for her knight here because again rook will be in trouble, and also knight is well attacking this pawn. But for example, after knight e2, I'm threatening to play bishop c1. So it is possible to play knight e6, but I think that after knight e6 I'm just playing f5 and I'm winning this knight because knight doesn't have squares, right? It cannot go back, and these squares are all under my control. But I was really afraid that she may sacrifice her knight by taking on e4, and not only my pawn on h3 is hanging, my pawn on c3 is hanging, also rook e8 can be played, and I was afraid that this will be a dangerous position for me. But actually computer is saying, just a second, that without taking second time on e4, it is very good to play rook e8. And now my bishop is hanging. If this bishop moves, then my bishop on h3 is hanging. So actually this is just good, just much better for black. So b4 was a big mistake. So instead I played e5. And again, I didn't have enough confidence because I couldn't believe that my position is improving and that my position is getting better, and that you know, I can even get some positional or material advantage. Because you see, I'm attacking the knight. What to do? She plays knight h5. I'm playing b4 right now, and now she cannot sacrifice by taking on e4. She goes here, and again I want to say that I was surprised because she played even these moves so fast, like she was not afraid at all. She even didn't bother, you know, calculating properly. But she won that game anyway, so probably she knows what she's doing. I play f5, knight g5, and now I play h4, and it turns out that this knight is trapped. Okay, and then she sacrifices this knight, her piece, in a funny, interesting way. She plays knight h3, and this is the best move in the current position. I'm already having a little advantage, plus 0.42, not huge advantage, I can say, after knight h3. So I accept the sacrifice, sacrifice or blunder, I don't know how to call it. Queen takes h4 is played, and I play bishop g2, and I see right now that this is the best move, and I played it. I was afraid that, well, for example, I was thinking about queen g2, but when I put my queen on g2, my pawn on c3 will be hanging. But I was thinking that maybe I can play something like this. My pawn on c4 is hanging, so no, it was not a good plan. So I played bishop g2, and she takes on c4. And here I was thinking to play knight e2. When I was analyzing this position, thinking about this position, I was planning to play knight e2. But then when we got this position on the board, I didn't like it. I didn't like this move. I was afraid that there is rook a2, there is bishop a4, or simply d takes e5. And yeah, and these threats will be still there. So I was like not sure that I will survive here. the best move here, computer is saying the best here is bishop d4. I was also thinking about this move, but I didn't like it. What am I going to do if she plays c5? If she plays c5, I'm playing queen b2 according to the engine. And then what if rook moves? Then b takes c5. Okay, b takes c5, for example. Bishop e3. Pawn is not hanging on c3 anymore because rook is on a7, not on a3. D takes e5. Computer is giving me a quite big advantage. Yeah, plus 1.50. Not easy to see. I was after the game I was discussing it, my game with my mom, and she also mentioned that computer was showing these moves like queen b2 at some point, but it was difficult. I mean, well, queen b2 is probably not that difficult move, but it was still not easy to find the move. To understand that at what point I need to do this intermediate move. So I didn't play knight e2, I didn't play bishop d4, I played bishop d2. Of course I was not impressed, I was not excited about this move. I had a feeling that it's passive, it's passive, it's like, you know, when you move back, it's usually not a very good sign. But I thought that, okay, it's temporarily I will be active again one day, at some point. I knew that d takes c4 will be played, and actually I couldn't even, I mean, like I saw this move, but couldn't understand what exactly I'm going to do. And I play this bishop e1, and actually when I found this move, which computer doesn't like at all, I thought that this is not a bad move, because by playing here I don't let black to play knight g3, and well, my pawn on c3 is protected, and maybe I can start, you know, moving, developing back my pieces. This was another mistake. Computer is saying that knight d3. Somehow I didn't think about this move at all. I'm surprised. Knight d3 seems like a normal move. Why I didn't think about it? Or queen d3. Queen d3, knight, or knight d3, both are good moves. I played bishop e1. She played queen g4, and now by the way, this queen g4 is also not great. Computer is saying that queen g4 is a miss. Instead, it was better to play bishop b5. Computer is saying, or knight f4. I played so she played queen g4, and now I made another mistake, and I think that my next move is a huge mistake. I played queen e4. And I have -2. Queen e4 is a mistake. Why? I'm thinking, I don't see what computer is suggesting. Why it is a mistake? It is a mistake because after queen e4, she played knight f4, and now my pawn, the biggest problem I think is that my pawn on f5 is hanging, and I have queen and I have rook on this diagonal, plus there is pressure on this bishop, so I don't have time to take her pawn. And it's just too bad for me. And when I realized that, I thought that queen e2 was a better move, but now I see that it was not a better move. Anyway, minus 1.40 after bishop f5, computer is saying. So the best here was to play knight d3 according to the engine. And what about bishop takes f5? Bishop takes f5. Queen d1 can be played. e4, knight e5, and so on. Not easy to find all this. But if you exchange queens, my position will be better. I played queen e4 and I realized that this is the end for me because of knight f4. And starting from here, I just you know, I think probably it was still possible maybe to fight and find some resources, but I was at this point I felt already quite upset with my play, with the current position. So I played queen f3, which is probably another mistake in inaccuracy. And she took on f5, play here, queen g6, bishop g3, seems like another mistake. Probably apparently there was something better. Knight takes, queen takes. Of course I cannot take with king or with rook, especially with king because of bishop c6. So that's why I'm taking it with my queen. Bishop c6 is played anyway. I go here, takes. So I'm losing. I lost all my pawns. I'm what? I have an extra piece, but she has 5 pawns for that piece. Knight e2. She goes here. I play king f2. She gives check. I play king e1, and she plays e4, and I make and I play bishop e5. And when I played bishop e5, I thought, oh, why I didn't play rook g1? Because when I play rook g1, which is not that great as I was thinking, I create a threat. I want to play bishop e5 now, right? So yeah, if I play bishop e5, then I'm attacking her queen. I'm attacking pawn on g7. But I played bishop e5, and she takes my rook on f1. King takes f1. Now there is no rook g1 threat. Rook d8. I play this bit desperate move. I felt that this is not going to end well for me, this knight d4 move, but I was already desperate. So knight d4, she plays e3. I play queen c2 because I don't have time to find anything better. She plays here. I'm taking on c7. She gives check. Knight e2. She gives one more check. And this was move number 40, so I had some time to think, but I was thinking and I understood that I'm losing. It's hopeless. Yeah, maybe I could survive a few more moves if I played if I played bishop f4, but I didn't play bishop f4. I played here and I got checkmated in 2 moves. Can you find this checkmate? Black to play and win in 2 moves. After 1 move I resigned. I didn't give her a chance to give checkmate to me. So we lost to Egypt 3-1. And I lost and my team lost, unfortunately.